kid. Don't ever let them get inside your head.
Hey K-pop lovers! You're tuned in to K-pop Fair, where every story hits your heart like your favorite beat. What if I told you that one of the world's most talked about friendships has been hiding something deeper, right in plain sight? Not through headlines, not through scandals, but in a quiet, almost sacred kind of silence. Lately, the BTS fandom has been set ablaze again. And no, it wasn't a scandal, an award show, or a flashy announcement. It was a simple photo. A photo posted by Jungkook, and then mysteriously removed. But not deleted. Archived. Hidden, yet preserved. A quiet whisper in a world that screams for attention. It was a photo of Taehyung. And while millions of fans immediately jumped into a frenzy of theories, some desperate, some hopeful, the truth was far more intimate, and far more revealing. Why would Jungkook archive that photo? Why now? Was he pressured? Or was it personal? Here's what we now understand. That single moment, quietly clicking archive, spoke volumes. It wasn't an erasure. It was a protection, like shielding a precious memory from the chaos of the world. For years, the spotlight has often fixated on Jungkook and Jimin, a fan-favorite pairing, polished and presented like a perfect storyline. But sometimes, the real story is happening in the background, hidden in gestures that are too sincere to be scripted. Taehyung. His name keeps resurfacing. Not because fans are forcing it, but because Jungkook keeps bringing it forward, whether through a glance, a quiet mention, or an archived post that still echoes with feeling. The world has tried to keep them apart, not physically, but strategically. Media schedules, agency decisions, backstage barriers. But love, real love, doesn't obey rules. Every time they were pushed apart, Jungkook found his way back. Not with resistance, not with drama, but with that same quiet determination that defines who he is. And now something is changing. The silence is starting to speak. And the message is clear. Jungkook is no longer hiding. He's choosing Taehyung. Again and again. Not with grand declarations, but with the kind of sincerity that doesn't need words. That lives in the spaces between them. There was one moment during a quiet journey with no staff, no fanfare, just the two of them. On a flight that felt like its own little universe. Taehyung, resting on Jungkook's lap. No cameras, no script, just presence. And in that stillness, something sacred emerged. This isn't performance. It's peace. And what's more telling, it keeps happening. These moments, these glimpses, they're not planned. They're not timed. They're just real. And yet, the world still questions it. Some say, Taekook is a fantasy. Others cry, it's fan service. But how do you explain a gaze that softens every time they meet eyes? How do you script a moment so still it feels like time itself is watching? You don't. Because love like this doesn't need an audience. So when Jungkook posted that photo of Taehyung, it wasn't a move. It wasn't strategy. It was honesty. And when he archived it, it wasn't fear. It was reverence. Some memories are too precious for the timeline. They belong in the heart. Meanwhile, as this emotional tide unfolded, a wave of controversy hit elsewhere. J-Hope didn't mention Taehyung in a recent livestream. Some fans panicked. Accusations were thrown. But maybe we need to take a breath and ask, is every silence a statement? J-Hope has always shown respect and love for every member. Just because a name isn't said doesn't mean a bond is broken. Sometimes, silence is space. Sometimes, silence is respect. And Taehyung. He's still smiling. Still laughing with Jimin. Still radiating warmth. Still showing the world that love doesn't have to be loud to be real. Instead of searching for reasons to divide, we should pay attention to what's undeniable. The strength and sincerity of Jungkook and Taehyung's connection. Because this is no longer fan fiction. It's becoming reality. And as that truth unfolds, we as fans carry a responsibility. Not just to celebrate them, but to protect them. To let them be. To let them love. Their story lives in the little things. The lingering looks, the soft nudges, the silence that speaks louder than applause. And slowly, what was hidden is finding its way into the light. They no longer hesitate. They no longer filter every move. They let us see just enough, not everything, but enough to know that this isn't fantasy. It's something real and rare. And this relationship, it's not just about romance. It's built on trust, friendship, understanding, knowing when to hold close and when to give space. Their connection isn't made of words. It is the language. Now, when they appear, together, apart, or in quiet moments that leak through the cracks of celebrity, there's something else. A new kind of glow. A new kind of peace. A love that doesn't need to be shouted from rooftops. It just is. Those of us who followed their journey from the beginning, who've seen the clues, the shifts, the silence, we know the truth. They keep choosing each other, again and again, in chaos and in calm, in separation and in togetherness. But here's what we must remember. We are not the main characters in their story. We are witnesses. We are listeners. We are protectors of the very love we claim to admire. So let's be the kind of fans who don't demand, who don't invade, who don't twist silence into scandal. Let us be the light, not the noise. Because Taekook's love is not just a moment to trend, it's a story to be respected. And sometimes, the most powerful kind of love doesn't live on stage. It lives in the quiet, where the heart has always known the truth. So tell me, are you listening now? That's it from K-Pop Fair, your ultimate K-pop destination. Remember, stay sparkling and always follow your heart. See you in the next one.